Welcome to this session, which is part of a series of daily practices I've been guiding since last Sunday, and that I'm going to carry on guiding until Saturday. So after today's session, we have a further 2 sessions together. And the idea is to provide you with short 10-minute practices that help you to reconnect with yourself, start your day well, and set your intentions for the day, as well as an opportunity to discover the mind-body practice that sophrology is. If you don't know me, my name is Audrey Zannese. I'm the founder of Step Into Sophrology, where I help people living with chronic illness, pain, fatigue, also anxiety, burnout, overwhelm, to live their lives the way they want rather than being dictated by their condition. And the reason I'm doing this is that sophrology has been very instrumental in my own personal journey through navigating and overcoming MS. But I will not dig onto this story right now. Let's go into the practice. In case you're joining the session for the first time today, just a reminder that the most important in the sophrology session is to keep an open mind, no expectation, although I am going to give you an intention for today. I'm not sure what you're going to feel, but as long as you give yourself to the experience with no judgment, you cannot get it wrong. And through the repetition of practice, that's when you start seeing the shifts. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is to be comfortable at all times. So those sessions are open to anyone. If you still want to share with your friends, your family, your colleagues, there's still time. And I'll just provide some adaptations on how to do the exercises so that it's accessible for everyone. And make sure that you listen to your body, not to what I say. So if an exercise doesn't resonate with you, feel free to skip it or feel free to adapt it to your own abilities. The session for today is on the theme of feeling balanced, physically balanced, but also emotionally and mentally balanced. So we're going to have a mix of standing exercises and sitting down exercises. However, all the session can be adapted to be seated. And if you are joining the session from a bed, you can also visualize yourself doing the exercises and do it this way rather than do the exercises directly. We are going to revisit an exercise we saw yesterday on that confidence session, and that's a side stretch. So let me just show you again the movement from a distance so you can see me. We're going to start standing straight on our 2 feet, and then we're going to shift our body weight onto one leg. So we're going to take the time this time to really sense that balance, that shift, and make sure we are comfortable in the posture. And we're going to do it a bit slower than yesterday. We're going to start by lifting the arm. Just what feels right for us right now. It doesn't have to be very high. If you feel you have problems with the shoulders and that's how high as it can go, that's absolutely fine. Again, listen to yourself. And then we're going to breathe in. And as we do, hold and stretch. And just again, stretch as far as you want. The idea is to stretch the side of the body where we are supported with the leg. So from your fingertips all the way to your toes, you're just stretching that side of the body, keeping the other one loose. And then once you are ready, you breathe out and you let the arm down at the speed that feels right for you. And we're going to stay on this side because we're going to do it twice with lifting that arm up. Then we'll come back to center. Then again, we're going to shift our body weight onto the leg, the other leg, find our stable posture, lift the arm up, sensing what we can do today. Breathing in, hold and stretch, just what the body needs, and just that side of the body. And breathe out, release, let the arm down, and we'll do that another time. And then we'll come back to center, and we will lift both arms up, then breathe in, all stretching as far as is possible for our body, really being in our sensations, and breathing out, releasing. Okay, so I'll come back here so that you can perhaps hear me better. And just to let you know, if you have balance issues when you do the sides, you could use your chair as a support, but if not, you can always do the exercise from a chair and adapt there. After the side stretch exercise, we're gonna see how we feel in our posture, adjust it if we need to. And then we're gonna let the upper part of the body rotate, and our arms, we're gonna let them follow that movement. And so you want perhaps to check the environment around you and make sure that you have the space to do this movement so that you don't bump into anything. And the movement is very free. It can be that you do a small movement like this. It can be that you do big movements. Everybody is different. I leave it to you to be in charge of your experience and to listen to what you need and how you'd like to do this movement. We'll be breathing freely through this, and then we'll just let it slowly come onto a halt. And when we are back to our center position, we'll take a little pause. During those pauses, I invite you to welcome how you're feeling inside, what sensations you're perceiving. There is no right or wrong. Every experience is valid. Just welcome what is. Then we'll sit, and after having found our most comfy position on the chair, we're going to welcome our breathing. And then once you have connected to your breathing and you have become aware of the perhaps amount of time you spend breathing in and out, I'm going to invite you to do an exercise that's called the square breathing exercise. So you're going to breathe in for a certain count, hold for that same count, breathe out for the same count, and hold before you take the next in breath for the same count. And I'm not going to give you or suggest a count to you. It's about you listening to yourself, observing your breathing, sensing what's there, and trying perhaps at first to find a count that is most related to your natural pace, your natural rhythm. Bearing in mind that as we do this exercise, again, listen to yourself, and that at any point you can adapt the count or you can adapt the shape of the square. Especially, so if you are pregnant, if you have high blood pressure or cardiovascular problems, if you are perhaps subject to a lot of anxiety, you may find the holds uncomfortable, and I wouldn't recommend you do the holds, especially if you choose a big count for breathing in and breathing out. So shorten the holds to perhaps 1 or 2 seconds, no more. And the idea is then to breathe in for a certain time and breathing out for that certain time, having that consistent pattern rather than doing the square. So again, you have the flexibility to adapt the exercises to what is right for you. That's always the most important. And after this exercise, again, we'll notice how we feel, and that will be the end of the session. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of time to find your place and your space, bearing in mind that we have this exercise with the arms around, so you may want to move things and make sure that, again, you don't hurt yourself. And have your chair behind you so that if at any point through the exercises you feel you need to sit, you have that freedom to adapt your posture. Okay. So I invite you to now stand up. If you're sitting down, perhaps straighten yourself on the chair that feels comfortable. And take a moment to acknowledge where you are. And perhaps lowering your gaze, or if you're comfortable with this, closing your eyes. Noticing your body in its position, the alignment of your spine, the contact of the feet on the floor. Allowing your body to gently relax in the position you're in. Just keeping the right energy to stand straight, nothing more. And also noticing, perhaps as you are aware of your body standing and breathing right now, how it feels inside, whether there's anything in particular. How do you feel today? Just taking note, no judgment. In this moment, with my body in that posture, how do I feel? And I'm going to invite you to keep connected to your body all the way through the exercises. And right now, I'll invite you to now shift your body weight onto one leg, whichever you prefer to start with. And take a moment to acknowledge this new posture and to be balanced as much as possible in that position. Remember to adapt the exercise to your capacity. And now we are stable in this posture. We're going to lift the arm up on that side where we shifted our body weight. Just what's right for us in this moment, sensing this movement, sensing the arm going up, just as far as it wants to. And let's breathe in, hold, and gently stretch that side of the body where you shifted your weight. And hold just what's right for you. Remember, you don't have to hold for very long. And when you're ready, you can breathe out, release, let the arm down at the speed that's right for you. Maybe a slow movement, it might be quite quick. You are in charge. And you stay on that leg, because we're going to do this movement again. So sensing perhaps what's happening in that side of the body, now that you have moved it, feeling the sensations, deciding how you're going to do it a second time. Let your arm go up, not too far, so that you can stretch still. Now breathe in. A gentle hold, perhaps a short hold. You don't have to wait for me, and just stretch outside of the body from your fingertips to your toes as you are reaching for the sky. And breathing out, releasing, letting go, letting the arm come down and coming back into center position. Let's take a moment there to check how it feels between left side and right side. Maybe it feels the same, maybe it feels different. Are we symmetrical, asymmetrical? Is one part of the body that perhaps feels taller than the other? Heavier, lighter, more tingly maybe? And now let's move on to the other side. Again, take your time to find a position that's stable for you on that leg, feeling this new balance. And again, we're going to lift the arm up. Consciousness of this movement, mindful of what's happening in the body, taking it as far as you wish. Now breathe in. Hold, gently stretch the side of the body from your fingertips all the way to your toes. And remember, you hold the breath for just as long as you need to. And when you're ready, you breathe out, you release. You don't have to wait for me. And you let the arm come down on the out breath at the pace that's right for you. Really being in your body, sensing what's happening, sensing perhaps the energy circulating in that side of the body now that you have activated it first time. And we are going to do it another time on this side of the body. Lifting the arm up. Breathing in. Hold. A gentle stretch. Just what's right for our body. We listen to its need. And breathing out. Releasing when we're ready. Coming back to center. Again, checking left, right side. How does it feel? Now that we've stimulated both sides. And just for completeness, we're going to do it once with both arms up. So keep your feet on the floor. Bring your arms up, both of them. Sense what's right. When you're ready, breathe in. Hold and gently stretch, elongate your spine and your whole body as if you're reaching the sky. Just what's right for you. And let go, release. What's happening inside? What sensations do you notice? Perhaps you feel energy flowing, perhaps you feel tingling, itching. Maybe you feel brighter, darker, spacier, taller, maybe shorter, thinner. We're now going to move on to the rotating arms exercise. So perhaps you want to adjust your posture to do this movement, you decide. And then you're going to let the upper part of the body rotate from side to side. And as you start doing this movement, breathing freely this time, you're going to let the arm flow and follow that movement. You're going to take it at the speed and amplitude that is just right for you today. At any point you feel dizzy with the exercise, you can open the eyes, or remember you can adapt. You don't have to do anything that you're not comfortable doing. Again, really being in your body as you do this movement, sensing what is the right speed, sensing how far you want to take the movement. Allowing yourself to breathe as freely as possible. Perhaps you can try different speeds, different amplitude. You can be playful with this movement. It's a really free movement. Do it as you like, as long as it's always comfortable for you. And now, start decreasing the amplitude, the speed of the movement. Let your body find back its balanced equilibrium position, standing still. And take a moment to welcome and notice all the sensations and what you are feeling inside. Perhaps more sensations in certain parts of the body, perhaps nothing at all. Or perhaps a feel of being lighter, fresher, warmer. Maybe a sensation of feeling a bit more alive. And I'm going to invite you to find your seat. Take your position on the chair. You can sit at the back of the chair. You can sit straight, whatever feels right. Make yourself comfy. Allow your body to be fully supported by the chair right now. And relaxing into this position. Letting the body take the place it needs today. And bringing our focus, our attention onto our breathing. We don't have to change anything just yet. We're just becoming aware of the flow of air coming in and coming out. And if the pattern of our breathing changes as we observe it, we let it happen. We let our breath be as natural as possible. Perhaps we become aware of the pace of our breathing. We might notice how much time we breathe in, how much time we spend breathing out. Just as a curious observation. Do I breathe in the same amount of time that I breathe out? Is my in-breath or out-breath quicker, slower than the other? Is there a pause between my in-breath and out-breath? Perhaps there is, perhaps there isn't. And now when you feel okay, and if that's right for you, I'm going to invite you to do the square breathing. Again, try to select a count that is as similar as possible from your current pattern. That might be easier for you to carry on with. But remember that at any point, you're free to adjust the count. You might help to visualize a square. You might want to tap your finger as you do this, or just count mentally. We're going to start now. Breathing in, holding. Breathing out, holding. Deciding whether you find a pattern that you are happy to repeat, whether you want to adjust the count, adjust the holds. At least trying to breathe in and to breathe out for the same amount of time. Even if the holds are shorter, that's fine. Trying to find a count that you're happy to repeat. If at any point it's uncomfortable, you can also go back to your natural breathing. And we're gonna go back. We're gonna let go of that counted breathing and we're gently gonna go back to our natural breathing and notice again what's happening inside, how we're feeling in this moment. Mentally, emotionally, physically. Anything that we notice or perceive. Perhaps a sense of feeling quiet and yet alert. Perhaps a sense of feeling well. Maybe feeling more present. Welcoming everything that is, everything that presents itself. And now, remember the room you're in. Start gently moving your body, your hands, perhaps your feet, maybe a little stretch, a deep breath. And when you are fully recovered, you can open your eyes. So I hope you have enjoyed this session. So let me tell you about the exercises we've done today. So that side stretch exercise, I find it's a good balancing exercise and it's one as well that's good to release tensions in the whole body. And I find it works very well with this movement. One is the vertical axis, the other is kind of more horizontal axis. So I find the two together help feel more grounded, more balanced. And that's for the physical aspect of it. Of course, they're not easy to do in a public space. So that's why I also wanted to do this counted breathing exercise, because that's one that can be used absolutely everywhere. You're in public transport, you're in the hospital, you are queuing for at the supermarket. You can use this exercise in any position and anywhere you are. And the fact that you are breathing in and breathing out for the same amount of time has this balancing effect, even on your nervous system, due to the close link between our breathing and nervous system. I won't go into the details, but I'll be curious to hear how you felt, and if you want to write in the comments how you felt after this exercise. The thing is as well that in addition to the physiological effect of breathing in and out for that same amount of time, and the fact that you are focused on the counting of your breaths, usually it helps quieting the mind and bringing yourself down and feeling that place of more emotional comfort and balance. So feel free to use those exercises in your day. The stretch as well is a good one to release tensions that we have in the whole body, or this one if you want as well. It's a good releasing for the whole body, and carry on using the square breathing exercise through your day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. The session will be about kindness. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the reactions. You have a lovely day and a happy